8 Mile Road. Now let's talk about 8 Mile real quick. Those who are not from Detroit don't realize that back in the day, and even sometimes to this day, 8 Mile Road was considered one of the most racist streets in America. Do you know that 8 Mile Road used to have a wall that blocked the black side of 8 Mile to the white side of 8 Mile? Let's talk about it. Now right here is a picture of the wall on 8 Mile in Wyoming. Now this wall right here blocked black residents and white residents. This was the border. If you could not cross this border, if you crossed this border, the police would beat your behind and send you right back to the other side of 8 Mile. But let's talk about it. Now the 8 Mile Wall was once called the Detroit Wall. I'm about to read this to you. The Detroit 8 Mile Wall, also referred to as Detroit's Walling Wall or Burning Wall or the Burwood Wall, is a 1 foot thick, 6 foot high separation wall that stretches a half a mile in length and 1 foot buried in the ground and remaining 5 feet is visible to the community. It was constructed in 1941 to physically separate black and white homeowners. It separated black and white homeowners on a sole basis of race. The wall no longer serves to racial segregate homeowners, and as of 1971, both sides of the barrier have been predominantly black. Now this wall was in the Royal Oak Township area on 8 Mile in Wyoming. Now Royal Oak Township was really made for Southerners coming up to Michigan. If they didn't want to live in Detroit, they made this small town for them that still had a Southern lifestyle, and they could stay in Royal Oak Township. And they could not cross nowhere past Royal Oak Township, or they would get sent right back to where they was at. But let's continue reading. Now the wall begins across the street from the northern boundary of Van Etwood Park on Pembroke Avenue between Burwood and Mendota Street. It extends north until just south of 8 Mile. An exposed stretch of the wall with no homes on the east runs through Alfonso Wells Memorial Playground between Chippewa Avenue and Norfolk. Community activists and Detroit residents collaborated in 2006 to turn this portion of the wall into a memorial. Now this is a memorial of the wall right here. People from this community still come together every year to celebrate, the wall being torn down, getting rid of segregation and all of that. Now, paintings had depicted, for example, neighborhood children blowing bubbles, a group of Capella singers, Rosa Parks boarding the bus, signifying her contribution to the civil rights movement, and citizens protesting for equitable housing policy. Now, for a long time in Detroit, 8 Mile was always that one street that black people back in the day could not cross. When you used to cross 8 Mile back in the day, the police would pull you over, harass you. There was no crossing 8 Mile. 8 Mile was the separation from blacks and whites in Detroit. And that's a little history on 8 Mile Road.